Namo Amida Butsu. Thanks so much for dropping by. So, as I've shared over the last couple days, I'm really on board for just about everything in the Jodo Shinshu path, except for this idea that Amida is the only higher power, the only other power that can save me or save others. And it's not so much that I think that's wrong as I'm not convinced it's right. It's not like I have this clear feeling like, no, that's not true. But what I don't have is the feeling like, oh, that is true. And so for about 3 or 4 days, I've just been cycling with, so I'm convinced that the goal of life is Buddhahood. I'm convinced that I can't attain it. And I'm convinced that there is an other power that can achieve that for me if I entrust myself to it. And so all of that has been set, but in the last 4 days, I've been just circling between, well, what is that? Is the other power Amitabha? Is it Jesus? Is it just higher power itself? Is it Dharmakaya? Is it is it an abstract higher power, or is it Amitabha or Jesus? Seem to be the three, my main three that I'm questioning. And so after cycling through for the last couple days, I just today I just sort of put Jodo Shinshu aside for the day, and actually really looked at. It's interesting. I've never really taken Christianity seriously. I've taken a spiritual view of the teachings of Christ seriously. Somewhat. I've taken portions of the spiritual path taught by Christ very seriously. But I've never really taken the religion seriously. And so I'm really taking a look today. And I know it's such a touchy subject, and so I don't even want to go into it too much. And but yeah, that's where I'm at. Paul Roberts talks about the 3 pillars of Shin Buddhism, and I've kind of come up with my own way of thinking about it, of desire, Buddhahood is the goal of life, inability to achieve it, the recognition, faith that there is an other power that can, if we entrust ourselves, and then, if I were to teach Shin Buddhism, I would teach it the 4 pillars, and the 4th pillar being that Amitabha is the only other power, the only other power that will liberate us. And so that's the piece that I'm not on board with. So I spent some time looking at versions of a particular denomination that really resonates with me. And interestingly enough, is actually is probably the most similar to Jodo Shinshu of any Christian denomination. I'll just say it. I'm not trying to promote it, but Universalism, the Christian Universalism, the belief that all beings will be saved through Christ. So that's what I spent the day doing, sort of doing deep listening with that teaching. And I miss Amida. And I can't say that any of my questions are resolved today, but I feel like what I'm doing is the way that's going to resolve it. I've multiple times, not just this time, I have put aside all my other beliefs and deeply listened to Jodo Shinshu, and the same thing happened each time. I agreed with all those premises, and then I got stuck on premise number 4. So I guess I'm trying something different. And the beautiful thing is, this wasn't my plan. It just started to happen. I just started to take a look at this particular Christian denomination, and I'm excited to be doing this. It's also scary because we're talking about, to me, the most important thing, salvation. Whether you call it, Christianity, they call it salvation, Jodo Shinsu. We say Buddhahood or Nirvana. I'm scared of being wrong, and on the other hand, I'm really excited because I'm coming to the place of getting really humble. Of like, you know what? I can't figure this out. I can't determine if I honor that there's many, many Buddhist teachers who are like, the Buddha is the only one who achieved the highest enlightenment. I don't disagree with that, but I've just gotten really clear that I can't determine that. I'm a bamboo. How would I know? um, but what I'm really starting to trust, this is the beauty, is that there is an other power that is guiding me along the way. And of course, here I am on a Jodo Shinsu channel that I've made, and so that's just what I know, is there is an other power guiding this process, and I'm becoming convinced it'll lead me to the truth. And most importantly, that it'll lead to my salvation, to nirvana, to Buddhahood. That it's going to lead me. I just have to, listen deeply and be honest with what I sense and feel as I listen deeply. And that's, yeah. So there's a lot of questions and but there's also this really deepening faith in other power, even for other power to reveal to me its form, instead of me being like, Amitabha is the form, like affirming it and like trying to convince myself, or being like, Jesus Christ is the only way, and like trying to like shove that belief on me. I'm really starting to trust that other power is going to reveal the truth to me. And it's a good feeling. Thank you so much for joining in. Namo Amida Bu.